field, all that much, but, just the look that you had them through that first half, what do you think?
I was very excited about how hard we played. I think our guys really ran around hard and played, and we played with some enthusiasm and some excitement. Sometimes you worry about, if you're playing I still call them 1AA team and stuff. You've seen so many close games the last week, and you're just hoping they come ready to play. And they really did. Had showed a lot of energy. We created a lot of lost yardage plays. We caused 3 fumbles and had 2 interceptions, and we covered a fumble in the air for a touchdown. So I was excited about we really talked all spring about creating turnovers, take backs we call them, and I thought we did a good job of that. I think we played with a lot of enthusiasm.
DQ, how did you kind of come? Was he somebody that you had kept an eye on for a while? I know he signed in June. How did he come about getting
Who's this?
DQ?
Yeah, it's somebody that I'd known about, and felt like he's a really good football player, and we happened to get him, so we were excited about it, and excited about him being here. I thought between him and getting he and Kyle really put some age in our secondary. I think we got some really good young players. I think a lot of them played really well, but I just felt like we needed some. And Coach Hop and myself felt like we needed some age back there, and those 2 guys have already played some football. And you take that, Ty Williams. Those are 3 junior college guys that played well for us on Saturday.
Can you talk about how physical the defense was? I mean, there was some hits laid on their wide receivers. That was pretty impressive. Can you just speak of the physicality of your team?
Well, that's something Coach Hop's talked about and preached, about the nasty bunch, and that we need to be more physical. And like I said, I really felt that we played that way. I mean, it was, I think, most physical since I've been here. Kids, like I said, they were excited, they flew around, they were having fun, and those are the things that is really neat to watch. Obviously, our execution was not perfect, but the guys made up for it by just the way they ran around. And sometimes if you play hard and you play fast, that takes care of some mistakes.
Going back to DQ and Kyle, can you describe what those guys do well, where their skill sets might be?
Well, for DQ, he's a little muscled up body, and he can run. He came to our camp and ran 4 3s. And he's 215 pounds, and he squatted 500, I think, 10 times. So you can't get too many high school kids that are like that. So like I said, Dad played some football, and then of course Kyle was he was a freshman All-American in junior college. And so same deal. He's big and fast and physical. And, you had 2 older, really good athletes. It makes you a lot better, a lot faster.
How hard is it to juggle those guys playing time wise? They play the same position, right? They kind of.
No, DQ plays more of a nickel with
He's
Picasso, and then when we go down, he comes in. So, I've got right now. I've got DQ playing where Picasso plays, which is it's a tough situation, but with all the dime stuff that we run when we go dime, Picasso goes to dime, and then DQ goes to nickel, and then Kyle's a safety. So with him and Tyler and Xavier Marion and then Shannon Showers, those 4 guys really rotated in safety.
Seems like Shannon kind of came on strong the last couple of weeks at camp.
Yeah, Shannon's going to be a really good player. Shannon's one of those guys that, as far as a safety, he has, I think, the best corner skills. I mean, he can nearly play corner. Really good hips, good ball. He has good ball skills. He's still, he's a true freshman, and so he still needs to get some strength, and size on him. But like I said, his father was a good player, and he's going to be a really, really good player. But when it comes to playing the ball and covering out space, he may be my best safety just because he's kind of got a lot of corner skills in him.
The play he made to intercept that pass, was that pure instinct, or was he
Well, there's both. I mean, obviously he was covering a large area, and he tracked the ball really well and went up high for it. And like I said, he's got those kind of skills. He's a name I feel like you're gonna hear around here for a long time.
What do you see out of Monroe?
They're a really good football team offensively. They've got most of their offensive line is back. The running back's back, the quarterback's back, the receivers are back. Offensively they got like 8 or 9 returning starters, and the quarterback really makes them go. Their quarterback is the Evans kid. His brother's the one that played at Virginia Tech and now in the NFL. So I mean, he's a really good player. He can throw the football and he can really run. He broke one for 80 on us last year and outran everybody. So that tells you something there. And then the little Slot Green kid, I think he's from Mississippi. He's just a ball player. He makes you miss. He's got great skills as far as catching the football. And then they have the kid on the outside. I know their numbers right now. Number 2, he's tall and long. He's coming back, and he's a good player. And their offensive line's solid in the running game. I mean, after they played us last year, I think the last 4 or 5 games they averaged over 40 points a game. Before we played them, the Evans kid was split time at quarterback, and then after he hit that 80-yarder against us, then he was the starting quarterback the rest of the year. And they're offensively, they became really good toward the end of the year, and so. Our expectations is that, and we've been concerned about these guys all summer because they have a really, really good skill set on offense and a really good offensive line. So we're going to have to play really well defensively just to contain those guys. They're really good.
What do you plan on doing in practice this week to simulate that quarterback of theirs?
Well, that's hard to do. We're going to try to get a little faster guy there to play quarterback, and like I said, they didn't run him a lot last week, but I feel like they'll run him this week, whatever it takes, And so obviously he hurt us last year, and if I was them, I'd be running the same game plan for us, making sure we get him the ball in space. So I don't know how you ever figure out how to do that, but we're going to do as much as we can. We're going to make sure that we know who he is and where he's at, and we're going to try to do some things to hopefully eliminate him running the ball too much. But they're going to get him the football.
I know you basically replace all your starters in secondary, but do you feel this is a deep group?
Yeah, it's going to be. Like I said, I feel like I played all 4 safeties and I rolled them basically with ones. I think they all could be a one. Usually, as the year goes, a couple of them they kind of pace themselves away from the other ones. They kind of shoot up there a little bit. But right now, of those, I could play all 4 of them, and it wouldn't make a difference to me. They're all playing well, solid. Again, they all are young. We wasn't perfect back there. Again, we got away with a few things because that quarterback was running away from our defensive line, which made it nice, So, but overall, we were over the top of them. We covered the right people. There wasn't too many people running free. That was the thing I was concerned about. And so, really overall, I felt like that our corners and our safeties did a good job of at least being in the right area. So that was a good positive for the first game because you never know with those young guys.
How'd Picasso look? Just kind of the first game back, running around.
Yeah, he played well. He's just so smart, and I give him a hard time because all the other guys either had an interception or caused a fumble, but he was just in the right place doing the right thing. That's what he does. He did a great job of communicating with our safeties sometime, making some checks for us, just the things that Picasso does. He played really well. I got to get on him. He missed 1 tackle on 4th down that could get him the first down. Besides that, Picasso's Picasso. He glad to have him here. Glad he's back this year.
With the kind of offensive scheme you were going against, was it hard to get a read on the linebackers since it didn't seem like they were as involved up at the front as maybe they would be?
Well, we didn't know for sure exactly what they were going to do. We ended up they threw the ball so much. We brought them some, and then we dropped them and covered some. So we just kind of, really it wasn't one of those games where they had to do a lot of key reading for as guards pulling, reading backs and stuff like that, which we'll have to do a lot this week. I mean, gap integrity and your zone read wrapping with the quarterback and the mid lines and all the stuff they do. The linebackers are the ones that are going to really have to really play great this week. I mean, they have to be gap sound and they got to do some great job of tracking and so this will be a game that the positive is we got some older linebackers that can help us hopefully in this game.
Anything else?
Hi guys.
Thanks,
Thanks, Coach.
I'm gonna finish my dinner.
Right.